And now, live from Soy Diamond, it's Ask the Egg. Hello, it's Mr. Egg here. Welcome to my latest video, Ask the Egg. It's a bit of a quiz show with a difference, the difference being I'm answering all the questions. We asked you, my subscribers, and a few of my friends to submit questions. I haven't seen any of the questions. The answers are all in here, I hope. Here's my Wheel of Fortune. I wonder what the first question is going to be. Hold on a minute, before we spin the wheel, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. We're pushing 3,000 subscribers, so let's get it there. Okay, let's go. And the first topic is casting couch. Oh, there you go. There's got the envelope. We're supposed to have a pretty girl come in. I don't know what happened with that idea. This question, oh, wrong way around. This question from the Wandering Irishman on Twitter. Hello, sir. Manfred Manta and the Craigster. Is there a casting couch for the girls wanting a job? I have seen those videos on the internet of the guy welcoming the girls into the go-go bar, and then she has to do all sorts of things, go through a lot of hoops to get the job. The answer is, as you would expect, absolutely no. We just open the doors, the girls come in. I told a story in one of my videos about how the girls were selected to work by a very fruity mama san called May over at X-Zone, and she just used to ask the girls to just show me their boobs, and if they did, then they got the job. So no casting couch. The door is open. Similarly, if the girls don't like working in the bar, the door is open for them to leave as well. So it's all above board. Sorry, no casting couch. Okay, let's see what the next question is. It's Ask the Egg. Are you shaved? Well, shaved. From Hayden Pearl. Hello, Hayden. Hayden used to be the manager in Secrets before me. He knows I'm shaved. What's the question? How often do you shave your head? Oh, it is about me. Oh, for God. How often do I shave my head? Okay, here's the egg tip to shaving your head. Get your Gillette 3, your Gillette 4 Mac, your Gillette 5. Just throw them in the bin, right? Get a double edge, one of those single blade razors, right? The ones that you unscrew the razor blade and then screw it back in, right? Just like your granddad used to do, okay? Don't worry about all the soaps, the Gillette moisturising shaving cream. Leave all that. Just a little bit of soap and water on the old bonce, as we call it in West Bromwich. And then just very, very carefully down both sides. I do that 3 times a week. Oh, okay. Next question. Ask the Egg. New normal. New normal. Okay, here we go. New normal. Let's have a look from Richard Mason. Okay, if the borders were to open tomorrow, how long before Pattaya returns to normal? Okay, well, my answer to this is, and I keep on sort of saying this to everybody, the borders are already open to tourists, but not to people in countries that have got high cases of COVID. There is talk right now about quarantine going from 14 days to 10, and that will probably happen, I think. And personally, I do know a lot of people that are either in quarantine who have bought visas. I had a friend who managed to get a visa in 2 days from the British Embassy only yesterday. So things are getting better. Referring back to the question, how long before Pattaya returns to normal, or how long is a piece of string? I've said before, the old Mr. Egg crystal ball isn't working anymore. I would like to think things will change around about Songkran. We'll have a few more people in, and certainly by June, July of 2021, things will get better. I still say next year we'll have a couple of really, really crazy months where everyone will be going, oh, remember when it was COVID and it was locked down and everything was a lot easier. So I'm just enjoying it as it is right now. Thank you for the question. Oh, Mr. Bell. Okay, here comes the next one. And the next question is Pattaya. Pattaya. What does Pattaya mean? Well, it means Thai language. Pattaya. Let's have a look. I bet this question is about how I say the word Pattaya. I bet it is. From Terrell Sherrod Flowers, he asks, is learning Thai beneficial or just fun? Are there moments when knowing Thai has helped? Okay. When I came to Thailand in 1996, obviously I couldn't speak Thai, and the questions were at the bar, or when you're meeting anyone, it was like, oh, hello, where you come from, how long you here, what hotel you stay at, and all that. And I was a bit like, yeah, I was feeling like I was a bit above all that. I could do something more. When I went home, the first thing I did is I went to the library. Yeah, remember libraries, you know, with loads of books, and I pulled out a book by I think it was Benjamin Becker in Palaboon Publishing, and I got that book, and it had I think it was a cassette. Remember cassettes? Wow, this is like a trip down memory lane. Yeah, I had a cassette, and when I was driving to work, I used to put the cassette in, and I remember the first conversation I had was about asking for a discount, which was really, really helpful. It went like, "Tharai krap," that means how expensive, and I go, "Oh, lot noi dai mai, can you give me a discount?" So yeah, I did the cassette. Came back to Thailand, and a very lovely story. The first bar I then went in, I spoke to the girls in my terrible Thai, and there was some conversation going on about, oh, this girl's a princess. She can be your princess. Jiao Ying is the word for princess. And then I said, oh yeah, Jiao Chai, like prince. And the 10 girls in the bar started laughing, and I thought, yes, I've cracked this. I can actually make a joke inside, because it's all about breaking the ice and making girls happy. As far as has speaking Thai ever helped me, I'd say people think that it's a bit of a key to a secret garden. If you can speak Thai or understand Thai, you're sitting on the bus, you're in the shop or something, you can hear all the girls gossiping about us. The answer is actually they don't talk about us at all. I could probably say maybe 3 or 4 times in sort of 20 years I've ever heard girls talking about us. It is definitely helpful if you can read Thai like I can. I can read and write things like delivery notes and letters from government offices. If you can read those yourself, that's a big bonus. And the next one. The answer is the number 1. Number 1 is the question. Let me take a look. Going well, that's the egg. From MCQUA, capital letters 1. Makua. Who is asktheegg1@gmail.com? Okay. We asked people to send in questions at asktheegg2@gmail.com. This is the best question ever. Who is asktheegg1? You tell me. Maybe there's an imposter Mr. Egg somewhere, you know, sitting in his bedroom with a light and a camera on, doing Ask the Egg. Search YouTube. You tell me. I've no idea. Let's have a look at the next question. And it's investment advice. Investment advice. This should be interesting. Paddy Man asked, would you recommend buying a bar? Well, I've been very lucky. Before I came and bought the bar, I worked for about 6 or 7 years as a go-go bar manager. I also used to work in bars and nightclubs. Actually, since I was about 17, 18, I used to DJ. I've done all sorts of stuff. I was manager. So I got a lot of experience, but back in the UK. That helped me. I always say, if you're going to buy a bar, I would always, so many people do come and ask me, and they expect me to go, oh no, you're wasting your money, you know, the old cliche, start with a big amount of money and then you'll make a little bit. But I always try to be positive to anybody that says they want to buy a bar. If very few times I've talked to guys that said they want to buy a bar, and I can just see 100% it's not going to work. But generally, if you've got some kind of skill from whatever you did before you came to Thailand, and it doesn't have to be working in bars, it could be you're a plumber and you can fix things, it could be you're an electrician, you're good at social media, anything like that, that really does help you. Play on that. Obviously you've got to be someone that can talk to people and can, you know, make the bar a nice atmosphere. And what I would say is start off small. Maybe ask your mate if he's got a bar, whether you can just sit around the bar and see how things work for a couple of weeks. It might be that the bar life is not for you, because basically for a lot of the time you're sitting there looking at four walls and wondering where all the customers are, especially during COVID. So I would always say yes. Financially, you asked me about investment advice, just go in small, buy second hand, don't commit yourself, let the business organically grow. If you're buying a great big guest house, rooms and everything, leave them, just get the bar going first and then profit from the bar used to do the guest house up. That is Ask the Egg. Here comes the next question. Finding staff. Okay, here we go. Good one. Okay, from Chris Parker, finding staff. How do you find new staff? Do bars poach from each other? Okay, the second part of the question is, if you do, you're really stupid, because poaching staff in this town is a big no-no. And I can possibly, in one of my future videos, tell you a story about a guy who used to do that and ended up dead. Seriously, it is definitely something that you don't do. There are guys that try and do it, and in fact, I've had girls, usually girls, come in my bar and start giving out business cards to girls and stuff like that, and you know, not being very subtle about it. Come and work for my bar, you know. Why do you want to work for this buffalo flang? Come and work for me. You do get that, but it's definitely a no-no. How do you find new staff? Well, if you're in a location that's got a lot of girls walking by, always put a recruitment poster up. I know this sounds like obvious, but a lot of people don't. I actually put the recruitment poster up so that the girls walking away from Walking Street saw it. So if they'd had a bad night in their bar and they're wondering where all the money was, they could see my recruitment poster, which was obviously in Thai language, and say, oh, okay, I'll give this one a go. Usually it's friends of girls that work in the bar already. We do occasionally actually use a job centre. Yes, Pattaya has got a job centre. In fact, it's got two. And you put jobs in there. And also on the internet, many people use the internet. Some of the big bar groups, they have people that 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, just recruit girls. I'm just a little beer bar in Pattaya, so I don't need to do that. But the internet is the way forward. Try and advertise the bar and the jobs in Northeast, for example, where a lot of the girls come from. But for me, actually, I've never really had a recruitment problem. Just open the doors. If you make the bar nice, if you make sure the girls are getting drinks, are making money in the bar, you'll find that that naturally attracts more staff. Okay, next one. Ask the Egg. Buy me drink. Buy me drink. How many times have we heard that? Buy me drink. Here's the question. Chandler Bing Bong asks, how much do girls get from a lady drink? Good question. In my bar, it's 50 baht every drink, and they get paid every night. As long as they're still here at the end of the night, they get paid. So the answer to your question is between about 40 and 60 baht. Okay, the question is, Hey Big Spender. Great song by Shirley Bassey. Remember her? Great voice. From Wales, you know. Chandler Bing Bong. Oh, that name rings a bell. Thank you for your questions, by the way. I'm not knocking you. AskTheEgg2@gmail.com if you've got your own. What's the most expensive present you've heard given by a love-struck 2-week millionaire? A house, a car. Yeah, all the stories you hear are true. Yeah, houses, cars. I actually, when I was in Hua Hin, many years ago when I was a tourist, absolutely fell head over heels in love with a girl who was a cashier at one of the bars. And I took her on a spending spree. I said, this is, if you want a chat-up line that never fails, and I mean really, genuinely, almost never ever fails, right? It's, can I take you shopping? Right, not can I buy you a drink, can I take you shopping? That will get any girls excited and the juice is flowing. Okay, I took this girl out, she bought a new pair of Puma trainers, she bought some underwear, you know, and she let me have a little glimpse as she was trying it on in the store. Altogether that was for me about 20,000 baht. So for me, yeah, I've done that. I've been there. I've made all the mistakes, by the way. I have heard of houses, cars, agricultural machinery, motorbikes for brothers and all that. All the stories you hear are true, but please balance that out with the fact that I do know a lot of guys that have met girls in the bar, sponsored them, they've gone to live with them and got married, have children. There was a guy only last week who was showing me pictures of the child that they've had with a girl, and they met in a bar I was working at. So yes, guys spend ridiculous amounts of money, their money, up to them, but it's not all bad news. Good stories happen as well. That's it. So that was Ask the Egg, the first one. We might do another one. If you've got any more questions, don't forget to email them to asktheegg2@gmail.com. asktheegg2@gmail.com. Don't forget, I'm at Le Pub every single day of the week. If you're in Pattaya or in Bangkok or anywhere right now in Thailand, come and see me. We're at Soi Diamond on the walkway between Second Road and Walking Street. Look for the signs, you can see them, they're pointing this way, and we open at 5 o'clock. If you enjoyed the video, give me a like. My next video, I think I'll be taking a walk down a famous soi in Pattaya. Let's have a look at that next week. Until then, subscribe to the channel and I'll see you soon for Mr. Egg. Bye!